There is a man in his garage right now. It is Saturday morning. The lawnmower stopped working 3 weeks ago. A new one costs only $60. He could have bought it already, but instead he has spent 4 Saturdays taking this one apart. His knuckles are scraped. There is grease under his fingernails that will not wash out. His wife quietly suggested twice that they should just buy a new one. He heard her, but he is not replacing the lawnmower. This is not just stubbornness. This is not really about money. Something deeper is happening here, something psychological. To understand people who fix rather than replace, you have to go back in time, not just to their childhood, but sometimes to their parents' childhood, because this mindset was built during times when nothing was guaranteed, when people lived through economic crashes, wars, shortages, and uncertainty. In those times, you didn't throw things away, you repaired them, you reused them, you respected them, because objects were not just objects, they were security. Imagine growing up in a house where your parents saved everything: old jars, old boxes, nails in a coffee can, rubber bands in a drawer, clothes folded and stored just in case. You grow up learning that things are not disposable. Things have value. Things have future use. Things are insurance against hard times. Those values did not disappear. They were passed down quietly, through kitchens, through garages, through fathers handing tools to their children without long speeches, through mothers saving buttons from old shirts. No one sat down and explained this philosophy. It was learned by watching. Psychology has a name for part of this behavior. It is called the endowment effect. This effect means that once something belongs to you, you automatically believe it is worth more than its market price. Not because of logic, but because it is yours, because your time touched it, because your life happened around it. A repaired chair is not just a chair anymore. A repaired phone is not just a phone anymore. A repaired car is not just a car anymore. It becomes a story. It becomes effort. It becomes part of your identity. But here is what most people misunderstand. People think the person repairing something is trying to save money. Sometimes yes, but very often that is not the real reason. The real reason is control. In modern life, most people have very little visible control. They work on computers, they move numbers, they answer emails, they attend meetings, they complete tasks that disappear into systems they do not fully understand. At the end of the day, they cannot point to something and say, "I fixed that, I built that, I restored that." But when you fix something with your hands, the world changes in a way you can see immediately. The engine starts, the light turns on, the chair stops shaking, the phone charges again. You did that. You changed the reality. Psychologists call this self-efficacy, the belief that your actions produce real results. This feeling is incredibly powerful, and when people feel powerless in other areas of life, they often look for places where they can restore this feeling. Fixing things is one of the oldest and most satisfying ways to do that. This is why people often repair more things when life feels uncertain, when jobs are unstable, when money is tight, when relationships are difficult, when life feels out of control. They fix what they can fix: a broken drawer, a leaking pipe, a cracked phone screen, a bicycle that won't shift gears. These small repairs are not just repairs, they are small victories, small proofs that problems can be solved. But there is another layer that almost nobody talks about. For many people, repairing something is also a form of loyalty. They don't easily throw things away. Not objects, not commitments, not relationships, not promises. These are the people who try again, who fix conversations, who repair friendships, who stay when things get difficult, who believe that if something is broken, the first response should be to understand it, not abandon it. They don't like giving up on things, because to them, giving up feels like failure. Fixing feels like responsibility. So the man in the garage fixing his lawnmower is not just fixing a machine. He is proving something to himself, that things can be restored, that effort matters, that not everything broken is useless, that some things are worth saving, that patience can bring something back to life, that he is capable, that he is useful, that he can still fix things. And maybe that lawnmower is not the only thing he is trying to fix. Maybe he is fixing a bad week. Maybe he is fixing stress. Maybe he is fixing the feeling that the world is changing too fast. Maybe he is fixing the feeling that things are becoming disposable, objects, jobs, even relationships. So he sits in the garage on a Saturday morning, taking apart a machine that would be cheaper to replace, but replacing it would not give him what he is actually looking for, because he is not trying to save the lawnmower. He is trying to save the idea that broken things are still worth fixing. And if you watch carefully, the things people choose to fix and the things people choose to replace will tell you almost everything about what they believe is worth keeping in life.